And the White House is touting the unprecedented military effort to defeat Iran this weekend.
As you know, Iran launched an unprecedented aerial attack against Israel, and we mounted an unprecedented military effort to defend Israel. Together with our partners, we defeated that attack.
This as President Biden has told the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, that the U.S. won't be a part of any counterattack on Iran. Joining us now, member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and House Judiciary Committee, California Congressman Darrell Issa. Congressman, great to have you on the program today. Thank you for being here. President Biden saying, listen, if you go Israel, you launch a counteroffensive against Iran, you're on your own. But there is one thing that we can do here at home, and that's pass a standalone bill to send them the aid that we have promised them since October 7th. Congressman, is that going to happen?
Yes, it is. I believe that the attack by Iran has really sealed the fate of that vote. Many who were in doubt as to the need to replenish Iron Dome and so on are no longer in doubt. And, you know, to be honest, every time they fire a counter missile or a counter drone attack, in many cases, it's because it got through ours. You know, the president talked about how we thwarted. We caught maybe a dozen, maybe 18 or 19 of their incoming drones. There were 200 ballistic missiles and drones that came in. The vast majority had to be intercepted by Israel on the edge of their airspace.
Congressman, I think the Biden administration is deathly afraid of gas prices going up this summer ahead of the election. I wonder if that's the tail wagging the dog in terms of their response to what happened over the weekend between Iran and Israel.
Well, it's an interesting concept, but I would say it's too late. The fact is, Brent crude is over $90. It is going to stay over $90. The futures were tiptoeing toward 100 over the weekend, which is clearly recessionary to the U.S. But the only thing we can do is cut off the flow of money, which means cut off the flow of oil coming out of Iran. That is going to make it harder for the rest of us to produce enough oil to keep prices down. We're going into the summer where demand is higher in the northern hemisphere, all of which says get ready for higher prices because this administration didn't do the right thing for the last 3 years.
Congressman, I want to bring things back closer to home with you, if I may. We have reports of illegal immigrants running a speedboat into the shores of San Diego. It's near your district, though not in your district, I want to note. What can Border Control do, if anything, to stop this?
Well, they can do nothing as long as President Biden is in office. I have 100 miles of the Mexican land border, and the fact is that every day tens of thousands appear and are let loose there. The people that are circumventing it in those speedboats are doing so for a reason. They're the worst of the worst. There are people who would not get through this easy policy where almost everyone gets let in. So these people have either been previously deported for crimes or they're involved in gangs where they're identifiable. And that's why they're trying to get in around the system. Because if they simply presented themselves at an open fence in my district, they would get an airplane ticket to wherever they wanted to go under this administration, as have millions. We now have over 16 million undocumented aliens who are in here because of this administration.
Congressman, we so appreciate your time today. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, and thanks for covering these important issues.